Hi friends, I hope you're having a fabulous Saturday. So I just wanted to pop on really quick and say hello. It's kind of actually been a little while since I've been here. But I have been spending a lot of time outside right now because it is summer, which actually in Southern California means that it's June gloom, so it's kind of overcast and we're having a June gloom sort of a day. Which also kind of catches me by surprise all the time. So I will go on walks with my son very often and it'll be overcast and gloomy. And then next thing I know, I have a sunburn or I am darker than I was when I went out. So I've had to adjust my foundation because I get tan very easily. And I'll cover my son in sunscreen no matter what the weather is looking like, but I'll sometimes forget to put it on myself. So I have these like glorious tan lines. So now, how do I get everything to match when I already own foundation and don't want to buy another one or have to get rematched because my skin is getting a little bit tan or as it gets cooler in a couple of months, a little bit paler. Well, one, I said I've been out in the sun, so my skin is a little bit drier, so I'm going to throw some Must Do on. And, or now, Due Date, because we changed the name. Make sure you get that décolletage. And I just rub whatever is left over on my hands everywhere because it's just some great skincare. So now, we know I am working out of my own foundation, and this is not really my color anymore. So I don't know if you can tell how much lighter that is. So when I was looking at my other foundations, like this is where I was, and then this is where I am now. So, you know, that's the difference of 2 or 3 shades. So now how do I get to that shade without having to buy a whole new foundation or having, and the answer to that is concealer. So we have lovely concealers, and there's the option of when you buy a foundation of getting a foundation and 2 concealers. So normally I would go with concealer number 3 because that's a pretty good, actually it's up here, concealer number 3 because that's a pretty good match for my skin when I just want to like run out of the house really quick. But if I want to make it a little bit darker, I can mix in some concealer number 4. So were it my own palette, I'm going to put some on here. Were it my own palette, I would just, like there's a drop on there, and I'm just putting it on here because I don't need a lot. I just need something to make it a drop darker. Get my blending brush. So now all it does is makes it a drop darker. And you can just mix it all in. So it's just getting everything blended. Now with 2 concealers, you can also use 1. So we're just going into the concealer. Makes a great little pop of really light contour. So multi-purpose. So typically what I would say is if you're buying the foundation with the 2 concealers. You can get one that's a little bit lighter for some coverage, or you can get a skin match one. So like I said, I normally have concealer number 3 that I work out of. Where is my concealer number 3? So I'm normally working out of concealer number 3 and my foundation all the time. But if I wanted to get a shade lighter or a shade darker, I can also get concealer number 2 and concealer number 4. So concealer number 2 and concealer number 4 if I wanted to do a little highlighting and contouring, and if I wanted to have the ability to make my foundation a tiny bit lighter for when it's cooler out and a tiny bit darker for when I'm a little bit more tan. Because even though I try to wear sunscreen all the time, you still end up with a little bit of color. So that's a quick, easy way to be able to shift your foundation with a multi-purpose product without having to buy multiple foundations or walking around with your face not matching the rest of your body. Because that always looks a little bit funky, and you know, you can tell immediately when somebody's foundation doesn't match. So quick and easy. Let me finish putting the rest of my face on, and I hope you guys have a great afternoon. If you have any questions, please let me know. But otherwise, like, share the love, and let me know if there's anything you want to know or learn, and we'll get that worked on. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good one.